Hi, good morning, guys. This is SK. I hope you all did very well yesterday, ending up in green. I did pretty well. So let's see, this is second week, and my whole focus is on the 4 hour and 30-minute chart, which I'm going to discuss with you guys very shortly. But something on a 4 hour chart which is very important to understand here, if you see that, we were bottoming here in W bottom, which is like this guy here. Let me. So this was a W bottom which we completed, and we were like bullish, we had our targets resistances here all over. So right now as well, if you see, we are facing this resistance here, which is very strong, which is not letting the bulls to take this. Right now we are making a lower high here as well, we didn't touch the 2017 here, we didn't poke through 2017 here, and we are kind of going in a trading range, which is, if bulls failed here, we can see a deeper pullback which can even take us to 1919 back, or 1956. Right now it's looking like we are getting ready for a pullback which can get deeper pullback. For here, if you need to understand the 30-minute chart here, sometimes what happen is, when you see 4 hour or a daily chart, you get an overall direction of the chart, but to understand a smaller time frame, to understand some smaller targets, or the nature of the chart or the nature of the smaller time frame, you need to understand the small time frame as well. So let me discuss this 30-minute chart with you here. In a 30-minute chart, this was the breakout. This was the support. 1966 was a support from this high. We got a breakout from here. Let's say this is not the index. This is the earnings. Let's say that the earnings were very strong, and we saw the breakout. And after the breakout, we are going up, but we are in a trading range, that a slow moving trading range which is channeling up. This is what's happening here. So right now, for me, it's like in a trading range. This box is in a trading range, and trading range often tests its high and often tests its low. So right now I think that we are in a pullback mode. We can go lower, we can see sell off, we can retest 1974 today, and or we can also test our blue target line here, which is very much possible today. In a trading range, we tested the high, and right now we might test the low, which is 1966, or we can test 1974. Today my target is more bearish than bullish. I think the pullback right now, we're in the middle of the range where it's making lower high as well. We're making lower highs here as well. So it seems like, we are going down. We can test this blue line and then go for the next leg up. Any violation of the support, let's say 1983 violation, will take us to 1974. Just see here, which is something very important. I mean, over here, if you see, we poked through this 1983 support in 30-minute chart, and we bounced back. We never closed below 1983 and got the follow through. So this is very important. Right now, once we're gonna close through 1983, we're gonna close and get the follow through. We will be looking at our either 1974, or if it goes sideways, we'll look our blue trend line. Once we see our blue trend line, this will become very bullish. Like here, like most of the guys would have shorted here, and they made their money. Like they made almost you can say almost about 15-20 points. So similar way, once we're gonna come here, it's gonna start seeing some bullish price action. Bulls gonna come in, they're gonna buy, they're gonna have the support here, the blue trend line. But right now I think we are getting bearish. We are getting ready for a deeper pullback, which can get today can be a black day, a bear day in a daily chart as well. Let me take you to the daily. I think today it'll be much better if we use. I mean, for me, it seems like, daily can test this thing here, this guy here, like the blue line. We are kind of bearish in a daily chart right now. We can see a deeper pullback. A deeper pullback can go anywhere up to 1924, 1919. Like a deeper pullback can retest our 1996. How to test the pullback. How far it'll go. We need to have our targets. Right now I have a target 1983, 74, 66, 56. Anywhere where I see the bounces coming, that will be the next target for the bull leg. That we need to see. Right now, what kind of a bounce we are looking for. We will be looking at a second entry long here. If we get a deeper pullback, we'll be looking at second entry long. But we have a very strong channel. We have been channeling up in these two blue lines. So I'm expecting one black day or two black days. Something like this. Something like this, and then go for the next leg up. We are bullish, but in a monthly chart, we will be seeing, not this month. I'm just sharing, not this month, but maybe next month, we poke through this green trend line, and then we'll be going down. I will be shorting the market near this trend line. I'll be buying some puts, whatever. I'll be buying some UVXY. I'll be buying some, like SQQQ, anything. I'll be shorting the market here. Definitely I'll be shorting the market here. So let's go to our 4 hour again. Let me do that. So right now, for in a 4 hour chart, you can see we are making a lower high here. This candle and this candle is a lower high, and we have seen this breakout. From the breakout, we get a pullback. I think at the open we're gonna see some kind of a profit taker, seller, bears. Which gonna test either 1974, or we are testing this blue line. Let's say we bounce here. Let's say how can we see 208 today? For that, I need to trade well above. I'll just draw this. We need to trade well above 1994, close above this, and then I will see that we might see 204, 203, something like that, some kind of a bounce, and then see a pullback. But right now, as of now, like it is looking bearish. It is looking that we are going for a deeper pullback. At least like we'll test 1974 today. As of now, I'm bearish. As of now, I'm thinking we will be testing 1974 today. And I'm gonna share something with 5 minute chart with you guys. I mean, yesterday, one of my very close friends, who's a co-trader, who's a doctor, he shared with me that, SK, it's very amazing that you made this kind of a money today. Something you guys need to understand here. I mean, over here, we open like this. Let me just do this. Over here we open here, when I saw some kind of a sell-off, in the candle, what I did, I shorted the market, but I got stopped out. But after this, we were near this support. I mean this thing cannot get more simpler. We were near this support. After this candle here, you could have shorted here, bought here, whatever. I mean, if you see my Twitter account, I tweeted that it's better to wait 15 to 30 minutes to form a candle, and then we can see what position we get. But after this candle, this candle here, this was a second entry with the stop low here. We saw this kind of a price action where we made money. After this pullback, we saw this is a second entry, pullback till the low of this, and we saw some kind of a pullback, bullish price action. This was a difficult price action, but it was not that difficult that the money cannot be made. Over here, I mean, I shared with you guys long. I'm going long. I mean, these kind of smaller frame trend lines, these triangles, orange supports and targets. You guys need to make yourself. I cannot share every video because I'm doing this for living as well, and sometimes I also get a little bit, a little bit at the wrong side of the trade where I try to manage my trade, So basically what I'm trying to say here is that draw your trend lines. Do not wait for my recap. Do not wait for my trend lines. Please go ahead and draw your trend lines. Share with me. If you're wrong somewhere, I'll say, we can manage this way. If you're right, I'll appreciate that, and I'll say this is very good. You definitely gonna learn something once you're gonna do it yourself. So it's my advice. It's my request to you guys. Ask me anything about my trading. I'm an open book here. I'm here to share everything with you guys, but you need to put your effort inside so that in this as well, so that you can make that thing visible to you. You can see those trend lines. When I'm drawing these trend lines, before drawing that trend line, my eyes, I start looking some kind of a price action, about this guy here. Let's say you missed all this. This was a trend line which I shared with you guys. How beautiful this can get. We poked through blue trend line in 5-minute chart. We poked through blue trend line, and we saw this. We saw a sell-off. From this break of a trend line, this was a short, this was the first push, this is a second push, this is a third push. After a third push, we saw a bounce. Last hour or two of the day, this was, okay, you cannot make money in this, but at least you would have made money in this. This is something, one push, two push, breakout. This is what, it's the simplest way to trade, which I have been sharing with you guys from day one. You need to wait for this kind of a breakout. You draw your trend line, you saw the aggressive sell-off, closing near the low, tails on the high. This is push one, tails on the high, short this market with this, stop this, and then you saw this kind of price action. This is something which will come after trading. This will come something which you need to put your own effort in it, and then you will see that, wow, I'm looking at the breakouts and push one, push two, push three, every time, every day, every trading day. So then things gonna make profitable. Then slowly and steadily you're gonna see, oh, this is something, this happens often. This is something happens often near the trend line. This is something happen often with the support, with the resistance. So these kind of things you're gonna see slowly and steadily, but the first effort need to come from your side, where you're gonna draw your trend lines, where you're gonna see your trend lines and see where you're wrong. Recap, do a recap of your trading day. It's as must as, you need to reason yourself. You need to tell yourself, okay, here I was wrong. Next time you will be wrong again. Following day you'll be wrong again. But there will be a time, then once you're gonna see that setup, you're gonna say, okay, this thing happens every day. This thing happen every other day. So this time I'm going to make money from this. And that gonna become your bread and butter. First setup you need to understand, and after that all the setups you'll see like, wow, I'm making money. I see trades in every candle. Most of the candles I can trade, but that'll be collecting pennies. I like to go with a bigger size. Sometime I normally go with 3 contracts, then I go with max 10 contracts, and I try to scalp for 2-3 points. I like to trade like that, because right now I see trade in every candle. Which I can manage. Which I can see. Because I have these trend lines with me. So today we have this trend, this guy here, this line here. Above this we will be testing either the high of 202 or the high of this trend line. Below this we'll be testing 1983 or 1974 today. Good luck everybody. I'll see you on my Twitter account. Bye bye.